In the year prior to the pandemic, 700,000 colonoscopy and flexible sigmoidoscopies were performed in England. Now consider this. Colon capsule endoscopy has been available for almost a decade. Guess how many colon capsules were ordered in England during the year 2018? Remarkably, only 283 colon capsules were ordered. So why has there been so little traction for this gentle and safe investigation that's really designed to ask and answer the question, who really needs a colonoscopy? A number of factors have been cited. Perhaps foremost, some hesitancy amongst colonoscopists to embrace a new technology that might be perceived as disrupting the long years of training that's required to hone their colonoscopic skills. Add to this the widely held belief that there's insufficient evidence that capsule has sufficient sensitivity and specificity, that the test is expensive, and for those discovered to have polyps, why not just perform a colonoscopy? Why capsule? Clearly, there were a host of reasons why capsule failed to find a role in driving the patient pathway. But at the tail end of 2019, an unexpected event rattled public healthcare. With unprecedented ferocity, COVID-19 jumped species from animal to humans, resulting in a devastating Blitzkrieg of pneumonic infection that swept across Asia, Europe, the Americas, Africa, and Australasia. Endoscopy provided a happy transmission portal for the virus. The procedure requires close contact between staff and patients. It's performed in closed rooms, and the procedure themselves provides a fast track for the virus that depends on droplet speed for dissemination. The high risk of transmission forced endoscopy units to respond with a dramatic reduction in all but emergency endoscopic procedures, and this graph demonstrates the dramatic impact of closure on the delivery of the more routine upper GI endoscopy, colonoscopic, and flexible sigmoidoscopic examinations. But as the provision of endoscopic services stalled, healthcare planners were suddenly reminded that capsule endoscopy could participate in a recovery program. After all, numerous publications attest to the sensitivity and specificity of camera capsule imaging, as well as its high degree of patient acceptability. There's no need for day case admission, cannulation, oxygen supplementation, sedation, monitoring and recovery, and most important, capsule can be readily delivered with social distancing, and the procedure is completed at home. So in March 2021, NHS England announced the rollout of a large colon capsule endoscopy pilot to consider its potential role in an endoscopy recovery program. The pilot was carefully titrated to engage patients referred for urgent colonoscopy because of cancer alarm symptoms, or individuals reported at screening to have low-level positive stool FIT test with a hemoglobin concentration ranging between 10 and 100 micrograms of hemoglobin per gram of stool. This selection profile was based on evidence that on colonoscopy, advanced adenomas and cancers are discovered only in a minority of these patients, and in these groups, capsule asked and answered the question, who really needs a referral for an urgent colonoscopy? This ambitious pilot called on around 53 hospitals throughout the country to deliver as many as 11,000 capsules. There was, however, a problem. At the time of the announcement, countrywide, there were only 3 or 4 experienced colon capsule readers, yet the pilot project required rapid training of perhaps 150 novice colon capsule readers. Now, add to this the consensus that a training curriculum requires a lecture series and that each trainee should read and report a minimum of 20 full case videos, with each report individually mentored by an expert reader, who in turn was expected to have considerable experience of both small and large bowel colon capsule endoscopy. Some of you will remember this. Prior to the rollout, aspiring small bowel capsule endoscopists were either self-taught or attended a 1 or 2 day course where each trainee was equipped with a laptop loaded with Rpid Reader software and a selection of cases. Participants represented a range of experience, and in the setting it was impossible for each to review 20 full cases, each individually mentored. Add to this the problem of lockdown and social distancing, and there was no way that 150 novice capsule endoscopists could be trained to read and report 11,000 capsules. However, well in advance of the pandemic, and recognizing that there might one day be a requirement to offer a fully fledged training curriculum to consultants, trainee gastroenterologists and nurse endoscopists, we had developed a self-paced online small bowel and colon capsule curriculum. The course fulfilled the consensus requirement for didactic teaching, and at its epicenter offered the opportunity to read and report 15 full-length formative and 5 summative video cases, each of which could be individually mentored. So this is how the course is designed. On registering, trainees receive a QR code that provides access to an interactive smartphone app. This application is an image primer that comprises of 19 learning units, loaded with around 100 video clips of the esophagus, stomach, small and large intestine. Each clip is preceded by an interactive learning screen, followed by a relevant movie clip and its description. Trainees also have internet access to a series of 6 animated mini lectures covering the range of topics expected to be covered during training. This includes indications and contraindications, consent, bowel preparation and boosting, how to set up a DR3 recorder, some tips and tricks, and how to construct a comfortable reading environment. In addition, we've produced a collection of 8 short videos describing the graphical user interface. This includes an introduction to reading, the ribbon bar, quick view, the various displays, the top 100 function, the dynamic player controls, the timeline and color bar, and how to landmark and record thumbnails. Finally, trainees have web access to 20 full case videos. By clicking on the home page, the selected cases eventually appear within the Rapid Reading Simulator without the need for software download, and the trainee previews, reviews, and reports each case as they would occur in real life. Each report is submitted electronically to an educational management platform that has been specially designed. Immediately the report is sent and received by the platform, the trainee receives a web link to a text-based model answer and an edited video, which is a compilation demonstrating all the important findings. In addition to the model answer, each report is individually assessed with feedback provided by one of 2 experienced colon capsule mentors. To complete the course, each candidate has to complete all 15 formative video reads, comprising the 5 easy, 5 moderate, and 5 difficult cases, followed by the 5 summative cases, where they are expected to report all the clinically significant findings. If a summative case finding is unreported, the trainee is asked to review a segment of bowel where the abnormality was present but not reported. Successful completion is rewarded by a certificate of completion, and trainees are then able to begin independent reading. So, what's been achieved since the announcement of the ambitious NHS England colon capsule initiative in March 2021? This table tells a story. Firstly, note that none of the 164 trainees who've currently completed the course had any experience of colon capsule endoscopy, and only a minority had any small bowel experience. Just over half the trainees are consultant gastroenterologists, with about a third nurse specialists, and there were 12 colorectal surgeons included. 2/3 of the trainees managed to complete the summative stage on their first attempt, with about a quarter requiring a single repeat and only around 10% requiring more than one summative repeat. So, how long does it take to complete the training? Remember that the training took place during the height of the pandemic, and we allowed trainees to complete the course to their own timescale. Completion times ranged from 18 to 288 days, but the median time to completion was around 8 weeks. So, to conclude, unlike colonoscopy, where difficult technical skills are learned over a prolonged period of training, even novice aspiring colon capsule endoscopists can acquire excellent reading skills in a relatively short time span using this online curriculum. This in turn offers the opportunity for crowdsourcing, making it possible for any unit to consider engaging with and scaling the delivery of colon capsule. For example, a unit with 4 trained practitioners, each reading 8 video studies a week, could provide about 1,664 minimally invasive studies each year, only a minority of whom are likely to require colonic intervention. And to return to the hesitancy of gastroenterologists and colorectal surgeons to engage with the capsule, it's been very apparent that as soon as they learn the skill of capsule image recognition, they do recognize the potential value of this device that helps answer a patient-centered question: who indeed needs a colonoscopy?